Namaste. I usually talk about Vedic wisdom, spirituality, and meditation. And this may seem like an off-topic conversation, but honestly, I don't think there's such a thing as spiritual or non-spiritual topics. Everything is spiritual. Everything is dharmic. Because Dharma isn't just about rituals or mantra. It's about balance, it's about justice and truth. And when a society loses balance, that's a dharmic issue too. So, since a democratic socialist, and yes, a man who looks different and was born to a non-white family, just got elected as mayor in New York City, and all the other side can talk about is his religion, fear, and race, I thought it's time we talk about what democratic socialism actually means and why it still scares America so much. You know, the American dream was supposed to lift everyone up. It started with good intention, freedom, opportunity, and a fair shot. But somewhere along the way, a small group of people built walls around it. They made it harder for others to get in and easier for themselves to stay on top. Now, most people are just trying to survive inside the system instead of actually living the dream. And that's the irony. We built this beautiful idea, but forgot what it was really about. So let's talk about democratic socialism for a second. Yeah, I know. The word socialism still sounds like a curse word to a lot of Americans. But if you strip away the fear, it's actually a very simple idea. Democratic socialism means you and I still get to vote, not just for who runs the country, but for how the economy works. But you might say, isn't that what we already have right now? We vote, we choose leaders. Don't they decide how the economy works? Not really. You see, America treats the establishment like a corporation. There is a CEO at the top, and everyone else are just workers. The CEO decides how the money is spent. He decides who gets raises, who gets fired, and how much the shareholders takes home. That's not democracy. That's hierarchy, a system that creates demagogues. And as we are seeing right now, those checks and balances that are supposed to keep things fair, they can be bypassed. As you see it now, they can be bought or destroyed. So no, we don't really vote on how the economy works. We just vote for who gets to manage the illusion. Democratic socialism says, what if the economy itself was democratic? What if the workers, the people doing the actual work, had a say in how profits were shared, how priorities were set, and how communities were cared for? It's not about punishing the rich. It's about protecting the rest of us. It says, if you work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, you shouldn't be one emergency away from losing your home. It's about making sure the basics, healthcare, housing, education, they aren't treated like luxury items, but human rights. Now, I get it. America has been allergic to the idea since the beginning, because extreme capitalism is kind of our favorite religion. It tells us if you just work hard enough, you'll make it. But what it doesn't tell you is that the game was rigged long before you started playing. Extreme capitalism lets a few people turn everything into a product. Your health, your housing, your attention, your time, and then it sells it back to you. It's like living inside Amazon's version of heaven, where you can get anything, except you can't afford it. But let's play with an uncomfortable idea. Imagine if America was still 90% white and only 10% immigrant or non-whites. Do you think people would still be scared of the word socialism? Probably not, because then it wouldn't feel like someone else was getting your benefits. It wouldn't be about who deserves what. It would just be about fairness. That's a quiet truth behind a lot of this fear. It's not about big government. It's about who gets helped. A small group of wealthy people, just like the old plantation owners, figured out that if they could keep the working class divided, they'd never have to share the power. They say things like, don't let your tax money go to them. They are lazy. They'll take advantage. And it works, just like it did hundreds of years ago. They keep everyone fighting each other, so nobody notices who's cashing the checks. And here is another layer that most people know, but don't talk about. America is an immigrant-rich country. It always has been. It's built its power by brain draining the smartest minds from all over the world. Engineers, doctors, scientists, artists, innovators. That's been America's secret growth strategy for decades, and it worked. But you know what? A lot of people quietly fear that if we ever actually made this country fair, if we built a truly humane, democratic socialist society with universal healthcare, real education, and strong safety nets, then everyone would want to come here. And honestly, they're probably right. But that's not a bad thing. That's what happened when a nation becomes a model for humanity. If that's the fear, then instead of building walls, why not build bridges? Why not help other countries develop the same fairness at their home? Tighten immigration if you must, but start promoting justice, not just capitalism. Export compassion instead of weapons. That's how you make a better world, not by hoarding, but by teaching. Now, people say socialism makes people lazy. No, fear makes people lazy. Insecurity makes people anxious. When people feel safe, they don't stop working. They create. They take risks. They build things. They give back. But here's what we are taught instead. That sharing means losing. That helping others weakens you. That if someone else gets ahead, you fall behind. That's the lie that keeps the system running. Because while we are arguing about crumbs, the billionaires are eating the whole pie. It's not us versus them. It's all of us versus greed. Democratic socialism isn't about ending freedom. It's about protecting it. It says no one should lose everything because they got sick. No child should go hungry while corporations post record profits. No student should be punished for wanting to learn. That's not radical. That's just basic human decency. The truth is, America's afraid that fairness will ruin ambition. But real ambition doesn't come from fear. It comes from possibility. You can still be the most innovative country in the world and also the most compassionate. Those two things don't cancel each other out. If anything, they feed each other, they complement each other. Because creativity thrives when people feel safe to dream. So maybe America's not a democratic socialist country yet. Maybe it's not ready. Because this isn't about economics. It's about healing from greed, from fear, from the old superiority stories we keep replaying. But I believe we'll get there because underneath all the noise, Americans are still good people. They're kind, generous, and they're open-hearted. They just want a life that makes sense. And that's what democratic socialism really is, a system that makes sense. Not left, not right, just human. Because freedom without security isn't freedom at all. It's just anxiety with better branding. Namaste.